scroll, swipe, next, like, dislike, share, and refresh. That sound familiar to anyone? Many of us move through our days inside of a rhythm like this. We have been conditioned to keep moving, to never linger too long, and to replace one thing with the next. Our attention is finite, and it is precious. And because it is precious, it has become a commodity. Scholars call this the attention economy, a world in which our attention is scarce, valuable, and constantly competed for. Already in the 1970s, economist Herbert Simon warned that a wealth of information creates a poverty of attention. In other words, the more we are given to consume, the harder it becomes to truly stay with any one thing. The question then is this: what is able to truly hold our attention? And when our attention is sustained, what occurs within us, and how do we respond? Which brings us to this week's Parsha, Vayigash, where Judah delivers the longest uninterrupted speech in the book of Genesis. Judah steps forward to plead for his brother Benjamin before an Egyptian official he believes to be a stranger, not realizing that he is standing before Joseph, the brother he once sold and silenced. As Judah speaks, no one cuts him off. Not Joseph, not Pharaoh, not even God. The Torah lingers. Judah is speaking to the second most powerful man in the world, a man who controls food, freedom, and survival in a time of famine. His brother Benjamin has already been declared guilty, and even so, Judah tells the whole story. He names relationships, he recalls his father's grief, he speaks of responsibility and consequence. Nothing about this moment can fit into a soundbite. What do we miss when our attention is scarce? What never fully registers because we move on too quickly? Judah's speech holds weight not because it is persuasive, but because it is sustained. What shifts the story is not power or clever argument, but it is attention. And this is not only about what we scroll past in our day-to-day. It shows up in our conversations, too. We finish each other's sentences. We rush to respond instead of listening. We look for resolution before someone has finished giving voice to their pain. Sustained attention is costly, and it may ask us to sit with discomfort. But again and again, it is in those unrushed and uninterrupted moments that real change begins. And this matters especially in challenging times and circumstances. When troubling things are happening in the world, large and small, at home and abroad, scarce attention makes us miss what is most urgent. Pain becomes content. Suffering becomes a headline. Crisis becomes something we scroll past on our way to the next thing. We refresh, perhaps because sitting with pain can feel unbearable. But in trying to preserve our humanity by looking away, we risk slowly losing the very capacity that makes us human. Some transformations only happen when we have the staying power to endure them. Joseph does not look away when Judah speaks. The Torah does not look away. Next Shabbat, we move from this week's Parsha, Vayigash, translating as He drew near, to Vayechi, translating to "and he lived," concluding the book of Genesis with an account of the final years of Jacob's life. As we move from Genesis toward Exodus and from one chapter of our own lives to the next, may we be blessed with patience for what is unfinished, clarity of mind, and the courage to remain present through that which is difficult. May that presence carry us from winter into spring and from darkness toward light. Ken Yehi Ratzon, may this be God's will.